It's starting to get dark. OG doesn't relish the idea of being in such a place at nighttime, but as he stated earlier, nothing's going to get in between him and finding answers to removing the bracelet. Not even darkness in a haunted city, where everything wants to not just eat you, but steal your soul at the same time. Welcome back, everybody, to Conan Exiles. I'm an old guy gaming, and in this episode, we are going to go ahead and hit the unnamed city for the first time. We if you missed the last episode, we activated the staff of the Triumvirate, and it's kind of like this, a similar idea, I guess, to a genie in a bottle kind of thing, where I guess it came to life or got possessed by something, I don't know. And the entity in the staff basically gave us some clues, telling us essentially to go find a place called the Maproom and talk to a shade by the name of the Archivist. So OG is wanting to do that because he feels like that's going to be important to further unraveling the mystery of the bracelet and figuring out a way to escape it. All right, so let's get going on that pretty soon. Just to give you an update on the thralls. I went ahead and grabbed a level 3 cook out of the Azura's Followers Cave. I typically go over there a couple times off camera just to farm hearts and stuff. And this is a level 3. It's not a named, so I didn't film it, but it's level 3, so it'll give us a cook. And so this is basically the progress of our thralls currently in the wheel. And then the cannibal brute is taken quite a long time here too, so it's going to be a while before he's ready. We've got another cannibal brute on a wheel over by the Dregs dungeon at the camp over there, and then we have Leon up in the north. But Leon might be done, but what I don't want to do is run all the way up there to find out that he's not. Plus, the next time we go up there, we're going to get star metal anyways, and I need to get some crystal and some other things together to make explosive arrows to do that. So we'll probably do that in the next episode. So this episode, we're going to go ahead and hit the unnamed city. I did go ahead and do a couple more bosses, just the croc and the scorpion that I've already killed several times. And we got, out of the legendary chest, we got the battle axe of the berserker, which is exactly the same as the strangely familiar axe. They both do 54 damage with no armor pen. Mine does armor pen because I put the fitting on it. So not really any reason to switch to that, at least not for myself. And then we also found the papyrus blade, which is actually a pretty decent two-handed blade, but I'm not really doing two-handed, so we're going to save that probably, for one of our thralls a little bit later on. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Nothing really new else to report. We just got industry going on in here. I got another load of iron and stuff. And so, yeah. Let me take a look at something here. How are we doing on our food? We have 28 cooked fish. That's pretty good. And we could stand to fill up our water jug. So let's do that. As far as the critters goes, everybody that we have out here is still needs leveling. So let's get this out here and fill it up. There's no water anywhere at all in the unnamed city, so we want to make sure we, bring plenty of water with us. Let's get this stuff repaired too before we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the map room and advance the storyline and that sort of thing. But we're also looking for we're gonna hit some of the bosses in the unnamed city so that we can get legendary repair kits, because I need those. And then I'm debating whether or not I want to make a wheel and take one with us and see if we can capture some relic hunters. We probably should, because they're just I've mentioned this a couple times now, but they're just really good thralls to have. We were gonna do Bessie's bow. Yeah, let's make a penetration fitting for that, and then we'll actually switch over from Eye of the Con to Bessie's bow. I do like Eye of the Con. It's a really nice looking bow. Bessie's bow is pretty cool looking though too. Excuse me. So we'll upgrade to that, I guess we should probably take a wheel with us out there. You know, that way if I decide not to use it, no harm, you know, nothing, no harm done, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But if we don't have it with us and I decided I want to, then it's a whole different story. So let me get this made up. I'm just going to make up a normal wheel right now. I mean, we could make a greater. Maybe we should make a greater wheel, because then we can put up to 8 thralls on it. And I have the resources. It's just that I'm going to leave it out there for a while. Well, should we do? Yeah, let's do it. What the hell? Okay, so let me look at that again. We need for the big wheel, we need the following: 200 insulated, 200 hardened brick, 200 steel reinforcement, and 150 twine. So 200 of that, 200 of that, 150 of this, and 200 hardened brick. We have quite a bit of hardened brick out here. Cooking up in these guys. All right, 200 of that. Okay. So that'll allow us to make the large wheel. And then, like I said, then we can put up to 8 thralls on that if we want to. Why aren't you burning? Because you're out of wood, that's why. Same here. Okay, let me get some more dry wood in these guys. So we're just going to take all of this and we'll split it up. You already have 379 in you, so let's just give them all like 500 each. And then we'll just give you like 130 or so. Close enough. Okay. We got that done, and I would have taken care of that before I started the camera, but I just didn't think about it, so sorry about that. Yeah. We got snake arrows. We don't have a ton of snake arrows. I wouldn't mind having a few more, but I don't have any more hearts, so we're gonna have to make do with what we got. Several of the bosses in the unnamed city are invulnerable to poison anyways because they're undead, so we don't need a ton of snake arrows. Okay, let's see. Mammoth is level 13. He has tamed, which is survival, not that great. Our wolf is level 14. He's got playful agility, which is okay. Cyber has universal warrior and sharp claws. Really, really good perks for him. So hopefully his third perk is good too, and then he might be our star white tiger. Our normal tiger here is level 19 and has sharp claws and unflinching, which is okay. Ghost has fit, so he's got a little extra health. So he's coming along okay. And then Cinnamon is level 13 with impactful strikes, which is not very useful for a horse, but whatever. Okay, so that's where we're at with our dudes. So hopefully another episode or two, we'll be able to start actually taking thralls with us. But unfortunately, nobody's quite ready to go yet in this episode. So we were going to do we were going to set up Bessie's bow with the armor pin fitting. So let's do that now. Okay, so now it does 23 damage, but also has 19 armor pin. So we're going to switch to Bessie's, and that's going to be our new bow. And it's a pretty nice looking bow too. Pretty beefy looking. So yeah, cool. All right, we will put Eye of the Khan away in here for now, and we'll fix it up once we get some legendary repair kits, and then have that available for the first archer that we capture once we eventually actually capture an archer. I think we're ready to go. Okay, so let's hop on Cinnamon and head him on out. Oh, one of you guys were telling me in the comments that the pathway to your base has to actually be attached to the base. So I asked you who made that comment. I'm sorry, I forgot off the top of my head who it was that left the comment, but I asked you to confirm that for me. And we are, we're getting close to the next purge. So if anybody else knows that for a fact, well, you know what? That's not going to do me any good now that I think about it, because I'm about 2 or 3 episodes ahead of you guys, so the purge is almost certainly going to happen again before you see this video. Why I'm even telling you this, I don't know. I don't know. I might go ahead and attach it just to be on the safe side. I don't know. We'll see. I'll worry about that later. But anyway, I know you guys are going to see this after, almost certainly after the next purge happens, but just let me know anyways, just in case I'm not able to confirm that, so that way I know. Okay? Okay, so off to the unnamed city. Let's actually call our group here. So let's see, we need summon sidekicks. Let's hop on Cinnamon and then hold down T and have everybody follow us. All right, so OG spent the night at the house and got some chores done, and he's been thinking ever since he activated the staff. He's been thinking about going to the unnamed city, and so he is setting out today, heading to that location, and he's in search of the Maproom, and hoping that he can find the Maproom, find this Archivist, and have the Archivist reveal to him how he might be able to remove the bracelet, as was suggested by the staff. This will be OG's first time in the unnamed city. He doesn't know what to expect, other than to expect that it's probably not going to be a safe or friendly place. Which is stating the obvious, because there really is no safe or friendly place in the Exiled lands. So he's seen the unnamed city off in the distance several times before, and figures if he just kind of keeps heading in a westerly-ish direction, he should come across a way to access it. There does appear to be a pathway over here that leads up that direction. There's an opening in the wall here, but he wants to see if he can locate what might be considered the main entrance, and as he comes around the bend, he sees the slave road. Of course, he doesn't know it's called the slave road, but it does appear to be a boulevard of sorts leading into the city. He looks around at all of the ruins and marvels once again at the architecture of this ancient, extinct race. As he approaches the city, he spots undead creatures guarding the gateway. And he's already had some run-ins with these guys and knows that they can be worthy opponents for sure. So he wants to make sure that Cinnamon stays safe. And so he moves forward more closely I should say, to engage the enemy, hopefully one or a few at a time, and not get rushed by the whole undead group all at the same time. Oh, here's a big one. And yet another one. It's almost as if they're coming out of the woodwork. Not that there's any woodwork. This is an interesting undead creature. It appears to have a crown of sorts on its head. It must be a higher level than just the normal reanimated skeletons. And there are bones all over the place. This place definitely gives OG an uneasy feeling. But he must move on because he feels that the answer to his escape lies somewhere in these haunted walls. And he's not going to let any undead creatures or haunted cities or anything else stand in his way from finding and solving the mystery of removing the bracelet. He marvels at the stacks and stacks of bones scattered along the roadway leading into the city. There must have been an enormous battle here at one point in time to leave all of these bones behind. He thinks. He sees some more undead sentries up ahead, so rather than just rushing ahead, he's going to get some preemptive strikes with his bow. No, well, not now. And he dispatches the evil creatures. Should probably get this out for the skellies. Probably be a little more effective. He enters through the inner gate and looks out over the massive ruined city. And it is a sight to behold. Down below, he actually sees some humans. They all seem to be gathered around what appears to be a treasure chest. Not sure what to think about that, considering the fact that most humans that he runs into are hostile. He decides to pull his group of animals back so that he can investigate and make the determination as to whether or not they're actually hostile. There's another giant scorpion. He harvests the scorpion for chitin and for ichor. He wants to take a little bit of a ride around the outskirts of the city before he goes all the way in. He rides into some corrupted fog, quickly getting out of it once again. It does not surprise him in the least that there would be corruption in a place like this. There seems to be some sort of a well over here. He approaches the well and carefully looks over the side. And lo and behold, far, far down he sees what appears to be a falling tiger. What appears to be, stay here. A map. A room with a giant map. That must be the Maproom. But it is a very long ways down, and he does not have any type of a rope that would get him all the way down. He is sure to break both of his legs, if not perish outright, if he tries to jump. So he must find another way down into the Maproom. But he's excited now because he's actually located the Maproom. He knows that it exists, and he knows that it's here in the city. He just has to figure out a way to get to it. He decides to ride around some more before he goes into the actual city itself and get a feel for the lay of the land. Ah, he spots more humans, looking very similar to the other group of humans. So what he's going to do is bring his crew over here and have them stand by. And we're going to put this up here. You know what I didn't bring with me? Doc on it. I didn't bring any freaking gruel. Do you have gruel on you? Any chance? No. Oh, you got other stuff I should have unloaded, though. Alright, I don't think I can harvest these plants. Let me see if I can find something around here to harvest really quick. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen here in the unnamed city. Okay. Well, that sucks. I wish I would have thought about that. But I guess what I could do is just put them in the wheel and let them sit in there until I can get some gruel. And I can do that later after we're done with this episode. I'm not going to do that right now. So, okay. Anyway, let's resume our roleplay here. OG looks at the men who appear to be walking towards him. One of them attacks. Not surprising. And so OG proceeds to knock him out. The individual seems to be significantly stronger than most of the other humans that he's attempted to knock out. And that's a good sign, because if he can manage to capture them, then they could turn out to be very adept soldiers. So he pulls the archer further away from the rest of them in an attempt not to get all of them after him at the same time. And then he rushes in. OG's very thankful for his Hyrcanian armor, which has been doing a very good job of protecting him against damage. Okay, he needs to retreat and get a little stamina back. Pull the archer further away from the others again. A few more bonks on the head and he should go down. Very good. It's 2 down, 1 to go. I say that because the big one's a boss and you can't knock him out. In case you didn't know that. He grabs the unconscious thralls and places them on the Wheel of Pain, thinking to himself that he really needs to get a high-level taskmaster to help with this process. So it's going to take a very long time for these thralls to break. But it's all he's got right at the moment, so he has to make the best of it. One more thrall over here to capture. Relic Hunter. So he just kind of pokes around the corner and goes over here. Thrall seems to be preoccupied, so what he decides to do is leave that one there and dispatch the more dangerous one so nothing else can then interrupt him when he goes after the final one. Hachi the Mad. Get a little assistance from his crew here. And she is vanquished. OG finds a legendary armor repair kit, Heart of a Hero, and another hardened steel pick. Pretty decent loot. All things said. And done. Okay, so let's put that on there, that on there. Normal human heart and Heart of a Hero. Oh, we can actually put stuff on the mammoth. He's got lots of room. He's just a big old overgrown elephant is what he is. Okay. Now OG's confident that he'll be able to knock out the final Relic Hunter without any interruptions from anything else except for the Relic Hunter herself. Another archer. But we do need some archers. There's a bit of corruption in this corner here. He wonders how the archer's able to handle the corruption standing in it, as if it doesn't affect her in any way, shape, or form. He has the Relic Hunter backed into a corner. She's pretty much helpless to do anything but stand there, take the blows, and get knocked out. Okay. OG grabs her, puts her on the lashing, and gets the hell out of here as quick as possible. Didn't take too much corruption, so we're in pretty good shape. 3 Relic Hunter Treasure Seekers captured. Very good. Very, very good. Just have to get some gruel going. You know what, actually, guys? I'm going to pause the camera here for a second, take the horse out of the unnamed city. I'm going to leave everybody else here. They'll be fine. And just, get some plant fiber and some seeds to make some gruel, because if I wait till after I'm done recording, I mean, it's going to take these guys forever without a taskmaster anyway, so I want to get it going right away. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay. So we got some gruel cooking up here. Put those on the wheel and get these guys going. When I got back here, the Relic Hunters have respawned, so we might as well just get another batch of them while we're here, and then after that we'll continue on with our adventure here.
Everybody out in the world, stop messing around. Calling all you freaks and nerds, you're just missing what you want. My brother's going down the drain, my sister's living the dream, but everybody's singing along. It's okay. we never really settle the score. Half the town screaming out in vain, the other half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind, but everything's alright. We don't give a damn this time. Yeah! Everyone's a hypocrite. In this game we cannot win. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind, but everything's alright. We don't give a damn this time.
So that's probably all the archers, relic hunter archers, I'm going to get. I mean, that gives us 4. They are good for defending the base, but not super useful out in the field. And so we probably won't get any more archers unless we come across a named archer, in which case we will definitely nab them. But not too bad. So we got 6 relic hunters on the wheel. Very cool. All right, let's proceed, or resume rather, with our adventure here. I need to get my daggers back in this slot, and let's put that away. This is almost well, it's getting down there, so I'm going to use it once or twice, once. Okay, talk mouth, 1 or 2 more times before it's completely broken. So I guess we'll put this here. Okay, let's head on out. So OG manages to capture several thralls that should turn into very good fighters and archers for his army. But it's time to continue on further into the ruined city, the city without a name. It's starting to get dark. OG doesn't relish the idea of being in such a place at nighttime, but as he stated earlier, nothing's going to get in between him and finding answers to removing the bracelet. Not even darkness in a haunted city, where everything wants to not just eat you, but steal your soul at the same time. Let's get these arrows back on the bow here. Once again, he approaches the stairway leading down into the city. Those other humans are still there, but he decides not to mess with them for now. Okay, we're going to pause for just a second. I actually have a bunch of points I need to spend. I forgot all about that. I was going to do that at the beginning of the episode. So let's see. Let's get grit up to here. Your basic attacks cost less stamina. And then accuracy, headshot damage. Headshots deal 50% more damage. That's a good one. What is this agility? That double jump that you can do is actually very useful. Too. Eating food now counts as a healing potion. That's not super awesome just because of the fact that, you know, we have healing potions already anyway. So accuracy's good, grit's good. Encumbrance, I mean, yeah, the maximum encumbrance is like you basically can't get encumbered anymore. And then bronze physique, all direct combat damage you take is reduced by 10%, which is pretty nice too. So I don't know. Let's since we started in, well, we started these all. Okay, let's take encumbrance all the way to the top. And there we go. We don't have to worry about encumbrance anymore. That is taken care of. Looks like accuracy is the next closest one, so let's get that all the way up. So headshots are going to do 50% more damage. And then, I don't know why, I guess, well, I should have probably held off on this one. I mean, getting this all the way up to the max, we're going to eventually do it probably anyways, but more for the health than for the perk. So, dodging will cost less 10, and that's going to be super useful. The double jump is super useful. Let's go with the grit one. Okay. And so let's see, what level are we? We're 105. So we still have 15 more levels to go. Yeah, we should have no problem at all. I think, reaching the end of all of these. I think we'll be fine. Okay. We don't need to worry about any feats right now, but we do have 1,965 points to spend, which is pretty amazing. Okay. Let's continue on here. G moves down into the dark city. He feels both apprehensive about what he will encounter down here, but at the same time excited for answers. The answers that he seeks. More undead soldiers guard the stairway further down into the city. So he pulls them here a little closer. And it's going to be a little dark here, guys. Sorry about that, but I need my shield and my mace to fight, so... Guess we could fight without the mace. Okay. We'll try. Or, I'm sorry, without the shield. We'll try it and see how it goes. If I start taking a hell of a lot of damage, we'll have to switch up. He moves deeper into the dark city, unaware of what's coming. Except for more undead soldiers. He begins taking corruption again. Oh, there's a large skeletal beast. These undead creatures put up one hell of a fight. He supposes they can't feel pain. Oh, and he comes across an obelisk. He attunes his bracelet to the obelisk. It's very hard to see in this dark city. He comes to what appears to be some kind of a temple or something, and he moves further in. He wonders if this just might be the Maproom. The passage gets narrower, and so he directs his horse and his mammoth to stay out here because they will not fit through that passage. Or at least the mammoth won't. He moves further into the structure. The further into the structure he gets, the less corruption he feels. Oh, he sees a very large specter of some sort dead ahead. However, he senses that that specter is not hostile, and in fact, guesses that that could be the Archivist. Excuse me, that the staff of the Triumvirate has mentioned. It does not appear to be hostile. He pauses and looks at the enormous map taking up most of the floor and marvels at the art, the architecture and the artwork that was done here, and the craftsmanship. It's a sight to behold. He wonders what these pylons are around the edge of the map. Perhaps the ghost over there, whom he surmises is the Archivist, would know the answer to that question. He carefully approaches the ghost. The ghost watches him, but doesn't make any hostile moves. He goes close to the ghost, and there. And the ghost begins to talk.
Do not be afraid, bonded one. I am just a shadow, a whisper of what once was. Before the fall, when this kingdom raised knighted pillars of black stone to the sky, I was called the Archivist. Have you come to seek a way free of the bonding bracelet, human?
Yes.
There is only one chance, and a very slim one at that. You must assemble the items of power that were present at its creation. The diadem of the Giant Kings, the mask of the Witch Queen, the tears of two races, the star of the champion, the heart of the sands, the shining trapezohedron, and the serpent ring of Set. I fear I set you an impossible quest, human.
Where will I find all of these things? OG responds to the Archivist.
The diadem of the Giant Kings was once worn upon the brow of the Priest King. He fell in battle with Tyros, the Deathbringer, in the battlefields of the North. More than that, I cannot say. The Priest King was the most passionate and most volatile among us. I fear his downfall will not have been a simple matter.
Battlefields of the North is the only clue he gave us. Maybe the staff of the Triumvirate will have more information for us.
The Witch Queen of Lemuria was our great enemy in the dying days of our race. Her people came to us as refugees. But even as they took our succor, they plotted our downfall. She was present at the creation of the bracelet, lending her power to ours. Her fate is unknown to me, but she always ruled from her city in the swamp to the east.
A swamp to the east, he said. Okay. Continue on.
The tears of two races were simple to obtain when we performed the ritual. We simply took our tears and combined them. But who is left to weep for both races? Although tales persist of Tyros the Deathbringer, he was born of both races. Our blood mingled with theirs. Perhaps his tears could be enough to fulfill the requirement. Obtaining them would be quite the feat.
You have no information on where this Tyros the Deathbringer is located. Continue.
The star of the champion lies buried beneath the sands of the arena in the east. I remember well the day that Tyros killed the mighty dragon. He wept to defeat such a noble creature. He placed the star upon its brow. As far as I know, there it remains.
An arena in the east. Okay.
The heart of the sands, or simply the Scourge Stone, was an artifact of power. The Priest King used it to create a weapon, the Sandstorm, that he swore would be our salvation. He gave it to the Warmaker to unleash upon our enemies. As far as I know, it was destroyed in the attempt. But perhaps the Warmaker has more insight.
The Warmaker.
The Serpent Ring of Set. It was our most powerful artifact. It was kept in a tomb beneath this city, and then one day, a human came. He had all the words and signs of power. He passed through every ward and trap we had put in place. He took the serpent ring of Set, and he left. If you wonder why you wear the bracelet, wonder no more. It must have been this man who called himself Tohamon. Dedicate yourself to recovering the other artifacts. You will not recover the serpent ring of Set as long as you are trapped in this empire. Perhaps it will be enough.
Interesting. So we don't actually need the serpent ring of Set to escape this empire.
When you have the artifacts, you must place them on the receptacle north of here. Once you have filled this vessel with the artifacts of power, it will create a keystone. To remove your bracelet, all that is required is to touch it with the keystone. And then, mortal, you will be free. But freedom will mean giving up all that these lands have come to offer you. So choose wisely.
OG thinks on that for a while. He said it was in a receptacle to the north of the city, but he didn't give any more information than that.
How did I die? I was betrayed by your kind, in a place called the Circle of Swords. I went in good faith to meet the Witch Queen. She had promised peace. I was cut down. My bones were left to rot in the wind. And yet, my spirit has always belonged to the Archives, human. And so, I am here. And here, I shall remain.
Okay. After OG speaks to the spirit and learns of these artifacts that he must find, with some indication as to where some of them might be, then the spirit teaches him how to make his own map, and lets him know, or teaches him rather, that the pylons on the map are actually teleporters, that once he attunes his bracelet to those locations in the exiled lands, he'll be able to transport to those locations. Now OG understands what the obelisks are for. The Archivist does not seem to have anything more to say to OG, so he bids him farewell.
Every new learning is a new beginning. Remember that.
Very enlightening. Now OG looks around and comes across this shelf with many scrolls on it. He pulls one of the scrolls off the shelf and takes a look at what it has to say. I have seen many things in this land, Exile. Know that these tomes contain some of my more esoteric finds, some awe-inspiring and yet others awful. Access to this library can only be obtained by the offering of one of many fragments spread across this city. Find them, bring them here, and the knowledge shall be yours. So OG must find these fragments in order to get more knowledge from the library. He remembers that. Okay. So that is the Maproom, ladies and gentlemen, and the Archivist. And these other scrolls here don't do anything. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up the episode here because we are a long ways into it. And I'm just going to pick up right where we left off in the next episode, and we're going to continue our adventure here in the Unnamed City. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video. And we will catch you in the next episode. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.